So first of all, Chrissy and I just want to thank Lacy so much for coming. Lacy is amazing. She has been somebody that we have always looked to, great ideas. And what we have always found fascinating is Lacy's perspective on inventory management, the amount of inventory she keeps, and her thought process on how to move that inventory. So we wanted to offer that information to you guys. So we are going to get started. We're going to give the floor to Lacy. And Lacy, thank you so much for being with us.
Thank you. Thank you to the Charmers, Chrissy and Jessica. I am honored that you guys asked me to do a training for you guys. So thank you. Very flattered. So let's talk about selling, guys. I have kind of an unconventional approach, I think, to selling, kind of not really the norm, because when I went into this business, I wanted to do things a little bit different. So kind of give you my backstory. I launched with LuLaRoe in January, late January. So we've been selling for 9 months now, my husband and I. But it didn't always start out that way. It was just me the first 3 months. So kind of give you my approach. On the coaches call a couple weeks ago, Deanne was talking about, 5 things she saw that consultants could do to be successful. And I love taking notes, and I took those notes down of her 5 things that she said, and I kind of incorporated them into selling, how they can be related to selling. So the first thing Deanne said to be successful is you have to know that you've got this. That's number 1. So you have to go into this business with confidence. You have to know you're going to sell. Don't be afraid. Don't be shy. I am an extreme introvert. Okay. So when I signed up to sell LuLaRoe, I wanted to do it because I knew I could hide behind a computer. I didn't have to do in-homes. I didn't have to, talk to strangers. I could kind of just be myself behind a computer and didn't really have to interact with people. Well, I kind of evolved. I kind of started to come out of my shell a little bit with LuLaRoe. But, you have to fake it till you become it. And that's so important because you're not going to know all the things. You'll never know all the things. So be willing to learn from each other. Be willing to see what other consultants are doing. Take ideas and incorporate them to make them your own too. And with that, when you've got this, you've got to be positive, and you always have to, think that you're going to succeed. There are going to be bumps in the road, and you can't always control things that happen, but one thing you can control is how you respond to it and the solutions you're going to find for it. So for myself with selling, I allow 0 room for negativity, and I allow 0 room for excuses. And my husband Adam's been really good about kind of keeping me in check with that, because I tell him, you don't let me make excuses for this. Make sure I'm getting out there. I'm stepping out of my comfort zone, because I will make excuses for myself if, he's not. So he's kind of my accountability partner. And if you don't have an accountability partner, get one. Find someone, whether it's a spouse, whether it's a sibling, whether it's someone on your team, to kind of talk to kind of say, hey, how are things going, and to help keep you in check. So first thing, you've got this. You guys, you're all capable of succeeding. You're all capable of amazing things. You can all sell as much as you want to sell. It's just putting in the work and knowing that you've got this. So that's first. Second thing Deanne said is to keep it simple. And that's really the approach I took with my reasoning behind my selling. So it doesn't have to be complicated. There is no cookie cutter mold to selling or what's going to work. I tell my team, you do you. You find your method, what works for you. Don't worry about what everyone else is doing. You can't replicate other people's success exactly like they did. You have to find your special factor and really kind of hone into that. That's why you have a VIP group. You have, your home shows, because it's about you. Or customers can shop with tens of thousands of other consultants. So what's going to make you different? And really keeping it simple is going to help. So when I started, I knew so many other consultants, when I was researching LuLaRoe and talking, everyone said, you have to reinvest 100%. You have to put 100% back into your business for the first, 3 months, 4 months. And that kind of terrified me just personally, because I said, I really don't feel comfortable, for me personally, reinvesting 100%. I wanted to reinvest 50%. So when I sat down with Adam, he made me do a business plan before he let me join to say, what are your goals? So I did. I sat down and said, I think I can make this work reinvesting 50%, only putting 50% in, keeping my inventory pretty much the same size as when I've launched. And I've held true to that. My inventory right now is about 400 pieces still, and we're selling about $20,000 to $25,000 a month. So how did we do that? How did we make that work? And it's a lot of work, but we can make it work. We turn over about 50% of our inventory every week. So we're still buying, the ideal platform or model that you want to do is you want to be having at least 4 parties, whether they're online, in-home, vendor events, hostess events, whatever combination you want, at least 4 parties per week, okay? So aim for 4 parties a week, aim to sell, and this is kind of basing off of if you want to cruise qualify, okay? So 4 parties a week. I kind of set that. My very early goal when I first started was to make $1,000 extra for my family. So that was, I didn't dream to start coming out of the gate selling $20,000 to $25,000. Our goal, we sat down to make this work. I wanted to sell $1,000 or make $1,000 to sell $2,000 a month for my family. And I learned as I started reaching my goals, I kept making my goals bigger for myself. And that's important too with this, is setting your goals early, knowing what works for you, what's going to make you happy, and what you will feel being successful means to you. So for me, I knew 50%. I didn't want a huge inventory. Thoughts of having, 4,000 pieces just made me sweat. It would stress me out. I am not a detail-oriented person. So managing 400 pieces of inventory is like my limit. That's all I can handle. So what we do is we originally started with just Facebook albums. We only did pictures. And, we really tried to make our VIP pop-ups events. We would build the hype. We would all week, we would kind of give sneak peeks. And we found the secret to that was kind of leaving our customers wanting more. So, if we previewed an item, we would only show an extreme close-up of, the prints. And if they would ask, oh, what style is that or what size? We would say, oh, make sure you tune in Sunday at 9. Also, keeping your pop-ups consistent, setting a schedule. So our customers in the beginning knew Sunday nights at 9 p.m. Eastern was when they could come shop with us. Occasionally that would have to change sometimes, but we gave our customers notice. We use our Facebook cover photo on the top of our page kind of as our billboard. So our customers know that's where they can find all the information. So back when it was just myself doing this business alone, I would put on there if I was invoicing. That way it would cut down on customers saying, where's my invoice? Well, they would know I'm in process invoicing. Or if I was, shipping, or if I was pooling, what have you. So use that cover photo to your advantage. If you don't have Word Swag, it's an app on your phone. It's $3. It is the best thing ever. It's going to make your pictures, as the kids say, on fleek, okay? I mean, it is thebomb.com. Get it. You can take pictures of yourself and put text over it, and it makes it look super cool because I don't know how to use a computer hardly at all, but I can use Word Swag. So get Word Swag, best $3 you'll ever spend. So creating the hype in your VIPs. And then Adam came aboard. So that's how we did it for 3 months. I put back in 50% and we kind of just did that, and really building the hype helped it. Also, for us, creating that sense of urgency. So we took our pictures down after 24 hours. So if our customers did not shop within that 24 hours, they had to wait another week before they could buy. So they knew, okay, I have to be there. I have to shop within that 24 hours if I want to get something. And that really helped our sales. We tried different things. We've tried keeping our pictures up for 3 days. I tried keeping them up for a week. But for us, we found 24 hours was kind of our sweet spot. Test it out with yourself. See what works for you. See what works for your customers, because all of our VIP groups are different. So it's kind of fitting, seeing, tweaking it. Don't be afraid to take risk, okay? The more risk you take and the more chances you take, the more you're going to, see what works for you. I mean, I've tried things and I've totally bombed at them, but then I've tried things that really stuck and worked. So keep trying. And if something doesn't work the first time, that's okay. Try it again. And that kind of brings us into Facebook Live, because we exclusively sell on Facebook Live online now. We don't do any more albums. So here's how that kind of happened. Facebook Live launched. I was terrified to do Periscope because I didn't like to be in front of a camera. So I said, all right, let's try Facebook Live. It's the new thing. Not many people weren't doing Facebook Live. So I got in front of the camera. I was selling Amelia's. I'll never forget it. I was sweating bullets. I was so nervous. And I mean, I was like a robot. Here is an Amelia. It is a small. It is $65. And I moved on. I was on there for an hour and a half, and I sold 2 Amelias. So I said, okay, 2 Amelias for an hour and a half. Do I try it again, or do I just, stick to albums? Because my customers clearly didn't like the Facebook Live. So, and they gave me feedback. They said, no, don't do Facebook Live. We don't like Facebook Live. And even after I did, they said, where are your albums? I said, you know what? I'm going to try it again. So I sold the next day. I did Randy's. I sold 5. So I said, okay, we're making progress. And I just kept trying. And I would say it took me about 5 times on Facebook Live to kind of get in the groove with it. And what I mean by that is I started to feel more comfortable with it. I realized that it didn't have to be, like this professional QVC type show. I made it more laid back, So I started talking, small talk. Small talk's key on Facebook Live, the interaction. So, I started talking about reality TV. I'm a Bravo junkie. A lot of my VIPs are. So that's how and once I noticed that there was that small talk, it kind of helped with the lag time too with Facebook Live, because you could show the number. I would start talking about Vanderpump Rules. They would give me some feedback. Then by the time we were done, someone claimed it. I'm moving on to the next. Now, then I started adding music. Okay. So I always have Spice Girl channel on Pandora going. So that's my thing. My husband, Adam, if our VIP wants something different, they watch him. He's more of the 70s music. He's colorblind. He doesn't really know what he's doing too much, but he tries, and the women love it. It's amazing. I mean, he sells more than I do. So that's kind of how we started transition. He came aboard full time, and then he started doing lunchtime live at noon, because we said, you know what? People are at work, stay-at-home moms, their kids are probably napping around noon. Let's give that a try. What's the worst that could happen? Let's just do it once. So literally I said, here, have at it. He went on live his first time. He was with his 94-year-old grandma. They started selling, and it stuck. They loved it. And that's kind of how I started getting phased out of Facebook Live. So now Adam goes live 5 days a week at noon. Our customers know to tune in to watch him at noon. And I kind of pop in for special appearances. It was funny. I was on Facebook Live 2 weeks ago with him. And one of the customers was like, oh, we didn't know you sold too. And it kind of made me laugh, because it's just how much your business can evolve and how you can be successful trying different things, because originally we started with just albums, and it worked. Then, we did albums and Facebook Live at the same time. That worked too. Then we went to me doing Facebook Live. That also, we made it work. I mean, and all this kind of took tweaking. Trust me, the first couple times, it didn't work out as well as it did. So we've been doing it for a while. And now my husband's selling full time, who the same husband that wasn't really super keen on the idea of me joining LuLaRoe the first time. I mean, he was a skeptic. He was like, no, there's no way. And then now he is like, drinking the Kool-Aid, you guys. I don't know if you have watched him, but I mean, it is his VIP page now. So take chances, try new things, create that sense of urgency. With our inventory for our styles, we found for our sweet spot, we like to have about 5 to 6 items per size per style. Okay. Carly's are a little bit different. I went a little crazy on the Carly's, but our customers love Carly's, and also Monroe's. The Monroe's are our best sellers. I wear Monroe's every day. And my philosophy behind the styles we carry is that we only carry the styles we personally wear. Okay. So if I don't wear it all the time, we just don't sell it. So like I wear the Carly's, I wear the Monroe's, the Amelia's, the Maxie's, and we don't carry the perfect tees because I don't wear the perfect tee. So that's kind of just how we pick and choose what styles we carry. The Annas, we carry the Annas now because that was one of the first pieces I fell in love with. So, and then if our customers are looking, for a specific piece that we don't carry, I'll ask around for team members, hey, does anyone carry this piece, to kind of help them out too? And they seem to really appreciate that. So, with that, keeping it simple, work smarter, not harder. I stay away from legging loops. I did 2 legging loops. I found that most of the people that joined my loops were kind of just looking for the freebies. They would jump in, and then the group count would drop down. And those weren't really the customers, I learned after a while, that you want as your VIP shopping. You know, your VIP, it's all about quality, not your quantity. So with our Facebook Lives, we have about 30 people watching us live a day, which, you know, isn't gigantic numbers. Sometimes we'll have, 10 to 15 watching us, but we can still sell 20, 25 items because we've really found kind of our base and our loyal customers within our VIP. So also remember, with keeping it simple, LuLaRoe works for you. You don't work for LuLaRoe. So find something that works for you. Find something that works for your schedule. And that was something that took me a while, because we were doing our VIP pop-up Sunday at 9 p.m. And I work full-time. I get up at 6 a.m. in the morning, and it started to burn me out doing that time. And I said, we need to find a time that works better for us and for our family. So now we do our pop-ups every weekday at noon. We take the weekends off. We just don't work the weekends anymore. That took about 5 months for us to decide, but it's really helped with our schedule. It's really helped with our sanity. So finding something, your customers will shop with you when you are live, when you're doing your pop-ups. It will take a while for them to kind of come around, but don't be afraid to take chances with the time, because I never thought noon would be, the best time for us. So you just never know. Let's see. The third thing Deanne says is to give yourself permission to succeed. Don't be hard on yourself with this business. You're going to have, there are some days I've had pop-ups where I haven't sold a thing, not a thing. And that's okay. You're going to be successful. This business is a wave, weeks may be off, but other weeks may be great. So be yourself. That's really the key factor, especially with online. Being yourself, you are the thing that's the differentiator between other consultants, especially online. And doing home shows, we just started doing open houses last month, and we have one tomorrow, and I love them. So being willing to, try different things. I never thought I would do in homes, but I love them. I told Adam, I said, you know what? You have the VIP page, you do lives, I'll do hostess events in homes. And that's because stepping out of your comfort zone, don't be afraid to try new things. Don't be afraid to promote yourself. Don't be afraid to if you see someone at Target that has on a cute outfit, don't be afraid to go up, compliment their outfit, hand them a business card. That terrified me for months, but once I started doing it, it got easier. So kind of ease into it. You don't have to jump in head first. Also, I started doing it by giving them a pair of leggings, because I thought they're not going to reject me if I give them a free pair of leggings, and they didn't. So then it made it easier for me to hand them a business card. So also learn as much as you can from as many people as you can. I like to join. I am a VIP junkie, so I watch all the people. I call myself, I'm a stalker. I watch to see what everyone's doing, kind of take bits and pieces from what everyone's doing. Some things I like, some things don't work for me, but kind of taking bits and pieces, seeing what other consultants are doing and saying, oh, that's a really great idea. And it's important not to just copy it. You can't just copy someone else's idea. You can take it and say, okay, how can I make this to fit and make it be me? Okay. Especially with the wording, don't just copy and paste someone else's post, someone else's giveaway. Incorporate it, make it your own. For me, my VIP knows I love 90s music, Bravo TV, my dog, my daughter. So most of my posts kind of revolve around that. So in using those personal aspects to incorporate them with your VIPs too is great. Let's see, what else did I have? The fourth thing Deanne says is to let people, or let no be your vitamin, because people are going to tell you no. It's okay. Don't take it personally. Whether it's people you're asking to do hostess events, whether it's, family who thinks you're crazy. I have those who thought I was crazy to sign up to sell LuLaRoe. And, don't let yourself say no. Don't let yourself be negative. Don't let yourself have doubts either. So that's the fourth thing. And then the fifth thing that she said, and this is the one I loved, is stop waiting for everything to be perfect. Just try it. Get in and do it now. There's never going to be a perfect moment. Treat your business like a business, work it like a business, and work it hard. One of my favorite, I read a lot. Actually, that's a lie. I listen to Audible because I don't have time to read because I'm in the car 4 hours a day. So I listen, which is pretty much the same. And Zig Ziglar, he's like one of my favorites to read and listen to. And he says, if it's worth doing, it's worth doing poorly until you learn how to do it well. So keep trying, You're not going to be, when you try things the first time, there will be ideas. I'm like, oh my gosh, this is the best idea I ever had. And I execute it and I'm like, well, that was a bust. And that's okay because you learn to fix it, make it better, incorporate it. Getting feedback from your VIPs is great, but don't let them dictate how you run your business. Because if I would have listened to my VIPs, I would have never done Facebook Live. And if I would have never done Facebook Live, my husband probably wouldn't have been, selling. So take those chances, try it. If it's something you truly feel works best for you, do it. That's what's going to keep you the most happy and really help you be the most successful too. And last thing, just remember that you guys are in charge of your own success and you guys are all capable to be amazing. Your success is not going to be accidental. You're going to work hard for it. And once you achieve it, it's going to feel amazing. So go out. You guys can do it. I think that's all I have. Do you guys have questions for me? I kind of rambled.
Okay, did I unmute myself?
You did.
Oh my gosh. Okay, so I have a question because this came up on our page the other day.
Sure.
Can you talk about your inventory? We were talking about you. Your inventory, does the 400 pieces include your leggings or is that something separate?
I don't include leggings, but here's the funny thing. In the past 3 months, I've sold leggings once.
I remember you saying that you're really like decreasing. So how many leggings would you say that you have?
I'd have to check, but maybe 100.
Okay. So not thousands. I think some of the people were thinking that you had a ton.
No, when I first started selling, I focused 80% of my inventory was leggings and with the albums. And then really once we started doing live, we realized if we could do 40 Amelias or we can do 40 pairs of leggings in the same hour, one costs $65 and one costs $25, which one are we going to put our time on? So that's kind of how we started to almost transition away. I mean, it's my VIP page is LuLaRoe Leggings VIP, and I've sold leggings once in 3 months. So, I mean, don't be afraid to try new lines. And that's what Facebook Live has been great for us too, is moving inventory because we may do Randy's only once every 3 weeks. So they look fresh every time people see them too. And seeing them live, seeing the fabric, like with the Monroe fabric is different on all of them now. So being able to see it up close. But yeah, if we do leggings, it's going to be with classic tees or Irmas. So
you're going to do an outfit set.
Right.
I just have to say this. We have a downline that just got her initial inventory and all of her Monroes have colored fringe. They're coming out. I know, Chrissy. All of Natalie's had colored fringe. I'm going to unmute Chrissy.
Thank you. Hello.
Hi. Okay, so for anybody who has messages or questions for Lacy, you can just go to the chat and type in your questions. She's at your disposal, so ask away.
So Lacy, I have a question for you regarding the Monroes. So I feel like they kind of became a boom, not necessarily right away. Like, I think it was definitely something people had to get comfortable with. I was one of them for sure, because I was like, I don't know, this is a little golden girlish for me. But once I got used to them and everything, I could see the love for them, and they did really well for us in the summer. And then we started seeing a little bit of a decline. How do you plan on keeping them marketable through the fall and the winter?
I mean, I wear my Monroes with my Amelias and my Carlys. So I like to post pictures of me wearing them, throughout the year. So like maxis were my best seller from like December or January to, I mean, the winter. Maxis were my best seller. And I'm like, well, are people wearing maxis in the winter? So I think it's just showing them how you can wear them and how you can style them too. Plus, I love Monroe. So I'll get on there and talk about, you guys, you need Monroes. I'll even say how you can wear them as a nightie for your husband if you want the lace ones. And then women are like, oh, so.
Well, I particularly like the idea of Adam wearing one. I know that there was that one live, and that was important because I thought he should be comfortable with what he's selling.
I wanted to die that night live.
I was so glad that I was there. Like, I was like, I missed everything. This is so great. I did not miss it.
For you guys that didn't see, so we're selling, my husband and I are selling Monroes, you know, and I'm talking about, you know, you can wear them as a beach cover up, and I was like, or for your husband. And he was like, wait, I'm not wearing this. What are you talking about? I was like, no, you can wear it for your husband. And he's like, oh my God. And he's like, don't get me wrong. It's a lovely, lovely garment. And I was like, oh my gosh.
That was cute.
Yeah.
That was hilarious. All right, I'm going to see if I unmute everybody, and then I'm going to mute everybody again. All right, so now people can unmute themselves. So if you have a question for Lacy, unmute yourself. Oh, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
Okay, good. I'm going to unmute Lacy now.
Lacy, yeah.
All right. Does anybody have any questions for Lacy? I have another question for you.
Sure.
So you guys do the Facebook Live. That's an hour. So does Adam do the invoicing and the shipping?
He does everything inventory. So from the time the box comes on our doorstep, from the time it goes to the post office, he does everything inventory management. And it didn't start that way, but that's where we're at now. So he is, I call him the CEO of inventory. So
do you do most of the team stuff then?
I do probably 99% of the team stuff. And then I also do all the social media posts. So I post on Instagram and I post on Facebook because Adam just got a Facebook account 2 months ago. So
still a little new to that.
Right. Huh? And then plus we found, you know, instead of us trying to go back and forth to decide who's posting what or who's posting, that I'd handle the post. So
I know Christy and I definitely had to figure that out also, but I think it's great because Adam has such a presence on your page, so they know him and love him. And so that's awesome. All right. Well, I think we have a quiet group. I don't think anybody has any questions.
Yeah. They're all going to flood it when they think they can talk to you, and you won't be able to answer them because it'll be the recording. You'll be like, oh.
Yeah, and you guys feel free to, if you have questions after, you can just shoot me a PM too.
Oh, that's so sweet.
Can I just have your work number?
No. You can just see me. I probably work like really close to you. Not too far.
You're in College Park?
I think that's like, what, 30 minutes away from us, Jess?
Yeah, like 30, 45 minutes. That's far. Why do you drive so far?
I don't know.
Is that where, like, that's by IKEA, right?
I think it's by IKEA.
Takes me about 2 hours each way.
I can't believe you do that. It's no wonder you're reading books.
Listening.
She's listening to books.
Yeah, it's no wonder. I mean, what else are you going to listen to?
I must love my job.
Yeah, you do. I mean, otherwise I would talk to you on your way into work. I'm the only one up, me and Mark.
You are up at an ungodly hour.
Yeah, but it worked for us. Like with Adam, he was in marketing. So he would travel. He would leave Thursday, come home Sunday. He would work long hours. So for us, it made sense because I'm home by 2:33. So that's why we kind of decided that he would be the Lula bro.
Do you have a top secret job, Lacy? What do you do?
I am a researcher.
Yeah, I know. We heard that before. Are you a researcher like Mark is a paralegal?
Is that what he says he is?
That's what he says he is.
I haven't personally heard him say that because whatever, but that's what I've heard he says to people.
So we're like, okay, so we've got the researcher and the paralegal.
And I sell leggings. Well, no, I don't really sell leggings. I sell Carly's and Monroe's now.
Yeah, you need to change your VIP.
I can't.
I know you can't now. Lacy, are you going to do Sarah's? Are you going to carry Sarah's?
I got Sarah's today.
Did you?
And like, what'd you get? Why does she look like she doesn't know what I'm asking her?
You'll have to tune in Monday at noon to see.
Hey, there you go.
Monday at noon. I'm writing it down. I've got my notes. Monday at noon, Lacy.
That's that sense of urgency. Create that hype.
Yeah, we've created the hype so much they don't even know we're showing them tomorrow.
I know, we've got ours.
I didn't get the print. I got all solids, but they're pretty. It's like the joy solids, like the mints and the reds and the.
That's exactly what we got too.
That's
kind of
exactly.
like the ribbed.
Yeah, they're ribbed. And I think that they're going to be awesome for the people who are new to Sarah's because $70 is a lot of money to spend. And I think the expert LuLaRoe shoppers would want the prints, but I think more of the mainstream shopper would prefer a solid that they could wear with anything, especially if you're spending $70, you know?
Yep. So Monday at noon, if you guys need them with LuLaBro.
Nice.
All the Sarah's.
I feel like I stalk him when I go. I mean, I kind of am, but I don't want him to feel like I'm stalking him. So I don't even check in sometimes. Like he comes on my news feed. I'm like, I'm going to leave him alone today.
I didn't even recognize him the other day with
I
glasses and shaved. What?
He has a baby face, doesn't he? I'm like, you look 12. You don't look 34. You look 12.
Lacy, so do you. You have a baby face too. Yeah, there you go.
Because I don't have time to like do my hair or blow dry it or put on makeup, so I'm not ruining my hair or skin.
You could do the bun right here. It's the LuLaRoe hairstyle that everybody.
I think her hair's too heavy. Her head would be like that. Look how thick her hair is.
I know you have to just do like this part, like a very little bit. That's all.
Oh, like the Megan Parker bun?
Yes. Sick of that bun.
Chrissy, you're awfully quiet right now.
Because I'm so sick of that bun.
That's what you were describing.
That's what?
That's what you were describing. My hair is always in a top knot. Like, I feel bad that my profile picture, I'm like all dolled up with makeup and my hair curl, and then people tune into live and they're like, who is that?
And then Adam, like you have you and Adam. People are like, I don't know who these people are.
Oh my gosh, people for the last week too, people thought LuLaBro meant he was my brother. People just figured out we were husband and wife.
I've heard that. I've heard people say that.
They're like, wait, that's not your brother? I was like, oh. Did we get him off? And they're like, no, LuLaBro. I was like, gotcha.
Educate. Gotta educate constantly.
It was funny though. That gave us a laugh. So
that's hilarious.
Yeah, if you guys have any questions, let me know. If not, that's cool too.
Awesome,
yep.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much. Chrissy, were you going to say something?
No, I said yes.
All right, Lacy, we will let you go, and I'm going to stay on and see if we have some things to talk about. So
I'll leave your little secret meeting.
Thank you so much for being on with us, and we're so excited to see you next month.
You too. Bye, guys.
And it's like 3 weeks away.
No, I should probably start planning my outfits, right?
When are you flying in?
Tuesday.
What time do you get in?
Noon.
Girl, what are you going to be doing all day?
Shopping?
Okay, well, we will message you.
Go to Pump.
We'll message you.
All right. Bye, guys. Thank you.
Bye, thanks, Lacy. All right, guys. Oh, there I am. All right. Does anybody have any questions for us? I'm going to mute myself. Chrissy, you ask. My dog is barking like crazy. I'm going to go do that. I'm muting. Chrissy, you're
muted. Oh, okay. I'm on. I gotcha. All right, ladies. So we have all of this recorded so you guys can tune in to get some info from Lacy. She had some really great insight on just kind of reintroducing the brand, reintroducing your styles that you carry, not necessarily getting boggled down by wanting to carry every single line, especially if they're not lines that you particularly like or wear. So she had a lot of good information with that. She had some good information regarding the evolution of her business and how starting with only albums to now they only do lives, and to the point that now they only do Monday through Friday. They don't work weekends at all. So definitely tune in where you can.